यमुनातीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा दामोदर श्री राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे प्रभुपाद 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 नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम परिवजकाचार्य स्तोत्र शत कृष्ण कृपा श्री मूर्ति अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथ राज श्रीमद् भागवतम की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Hare Krishna everyone. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 6, and today is text 26. We are going to read. Dharma artha kama iti yo bhita sri varga ekshkatrainayadamo vividacha varta मन्ये तदेतदखिलं निगमस्य सत्यं स्वात्मार्पणा स्वसुहृद परमस्य पुंसः। धर्मार्थकाम इति योऽभीष्टस्त्रिवर्गा इक्षत्रयीनयदमौ विविध च वार्ता मन्ये तदेतदखिलं निगमस्य सत्यं स्वमात्पराणं स्वशिरद् परमस्य पुंसः। धर्मार्थकाम इति योऽभिहितस्त्रिवर्गा इक्षत्रयीनयदमविविधा च वार्ता मन्ये तदिदखिलं निगमस्य सत्यं स्वात्मर्पणं स्वात्मपर्वणं स्वसुहृदः परमस्य पुंसः. Please repeat.
Dharmartakama iti yobihitashtravarga ikshatraye nayadama vividhachavarta manye tad akilam nigamasya satyam sarvat marpanam svatmarpanam swasuhrida paramasya pumsaha.
Thank you. Anyone else who would like to try?
धर्मार्थकामा इति यो विहितस्त्रिवर्गः इक्षात्रयेणायदमो विविधाच्छवार्ता मन्येतरेतदखिलं निगमस्य सत्यं स्वत्मार्पणं स्वसुहृदा परमस्य पुंसः.
Thank you. Anyone else who would like to try? Word by word meaning, translation part by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Word meanings. Dharma, religion. Artha, economic development. Kamaha, regulated sense gratification. Iti, thus. Yaha, with. Abhihitaha, prescribed. Trivargaha, the group of three. Iksha, self-realization. Trai, the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. Naya, logic. Dhammo, and the science of law and order. Vividha, varieties of. Cha, also. Varta, occupational duties. Occupational duties or one's livelihood. Manye, I consider. Tad, them. Etat, these. Akhilam, all. Nigamasya, of the Vedas. Satyam, truth. Swaatma arpanam, the full surrendering of one's self. Swasviridaha, unto the Supreme Friend. Paramasya, the ultimate. Pumsaha, personality. Translation. Religion, economic development, and sense gratification, these are described in the Vedas as three varga, or three ways to salvation. Within these three categories are education and self-realization, ritualistic ceremonies performed according to Vedic injunction, logic, the science of law and order, and the various means of earning one's livelihood. These are the external subject matters of study in the Vedas, and therefore I consider them material. However, I consider surrender to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu to be transcendental. Purport. This instruction of Prahlad Maharaj stressed the transcendental position of devotional service. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 14:26, Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samidhyatyatam brahma bhujaya kalpate. One who engages in full devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstance, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. One who fully engaged in the devotional service of the Lord is immediately raised to the transcendental position, which is the Brahma Bhuta state. Any education or activity not on the Brahma Bhuta platform, the platform of self realization, is considered to be material. And Prahlad Maharaj says that anything material cannot be the absolute truth. For the absolute truth is on the spiritual platform. This is also confirmed by the Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 2:45, where he says, Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhava Arjuna. The Vedas mainly deal with the subject of the three modes of material nature. Rise above these modes, O Arjun, be transcendental to all of them. To act on the material platform, even if one's activities are sanctioned by the Vedas, is not the ultimate goal of life. The ultimate goal of life is to stay on the spiritual platform, fully surrendered to the Param Purusha, the Supreme Person. This is the object of human mission. In summary, the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies and injunctions are not to be discounted. They are means of being promoted to the spiritual platform. But if one does not come to the spiritual platform, the Vedic ceremonies are simply a waste of time. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 1 to 8. Dharma swanu shisitaha pumsam vishwaksena katha suyah notpadyadiyati ratim shama eva hi kevalam. Duties, dharma, executed by men regardless of occupation are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke attraction for the message of the Supreme Lord. If one very strictly performs the various duties of religion but does not ultimately come to the platform of surrendering to the Supreme Lord, his method of attaining salvation or elevation are simply a waste of time and energy. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च श्रीकृष्णकरुणासिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त नमस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे धर्मार्थ कामा इति यो अभिहित स्त्रीवर्ग इच्छात्रयी नयदमो विविधा च वार्ता मन्ये तदेदखिलं मेघमस्य सत्यं स्व आत्मर्पणं स्वस्विहृदः परमस्य पुंसः. Religion, economic development, and sense gratification, these are described in the Vedas as three varga or three ways of salvation. Within these three categories are education and self-realization, ritualistic ceremonies performed according to the Vedic injunction, logic, the science of law and order, and the various means of earning one's livelihood. These are the external subject matter of study in the Vedas, and therefore I consider them material. However, I consider surrender to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu to be transcendental. In today's world, we see that how much, in general, people they are following the footstep which is written in the Vedas, how to make money, how to make life more comfortable, so our senses can enjoy more and more. And in general, people they think that I'm making money, I'm maintaining my life, I'm maintaining my family, I'm maintaining my parents, I'm maintaining my society. And at the end of the day, I'm doing some donation, that is a religious work. So I'm making some donation to the temple, to the church, to the mosque, to the Gurudwara, and I'm doing something beneficial for the society, for the people in general, according to their financial status. Very rich person, they can make school, hospital, or old age home, or asylum for the orphans. These are all good, they are very nice, but they bring a biasness in their life, no doubt. But one has to give up the result of bias activities. It is very difficult. We see everywhere in the whole world, according to the capacity, when a rich person they are making something or building something for the people in general, say if they are making some asylum or old age home or orphanage or school, any kind of charitable job they're doing, you can see their name is written there. And if they cannot build the whole hospital, if they cannot build the whole school, we can see that one of the room is donated by such and such, or these facilities are granted or provided by such and such family. So their name is there. So this is my wish. I wanted to do contribution, so my name should be there. This is an attachment. This is attachment because whenever the family members or the donor is visiting that place, they feel very proud to see my forefather have done these things. It is making them very proud. They are doing memorial and these all things, which is good for the society because they are helping the society to provide better facility. But what is the purpose of this whole thing? For example, according to the historian, the freedom fighter Mahatma Gandhi was carrying Bhagavad Gita. But I doubt that how many people he have educated the essence from Bhagavad Gita. So carrying Bhagavad Gita is very nice, studying Bhagavad Gita is very nice. But if I cannot educate other people, if I cannot encourage other people to follow the path of Bhagavad Gita, or the instruction which is given in Bhagavad Gita by Lord Krishna, so I don't see it is much beneficial for that person. But other side we see Prabhupada was raised and educated by his parents very nicely how to do or how to perform devotional services. His father was bringing him to the temple to teach him devotional services and encourage him by offering him a chariot in his childhood. That was imprinted in his mind. So when he grew up, by the mercy of Guru and Gauranga, and of course Prabhupada is not an ordinary person, but he brought the whole Rath Yatra in the entire world. Lord Jagannath, he brought Lord Jagannath in everyone's life. It's just like a rain or sunshine. everybody was getting the blessing of Lord Jagannath. That is the whole point. Lord is giving this message through his devotees. And Prahlad Maharaj, though he was born in a demonic family, but by the mercy of his spiritual master, Devarshi Narad, he is now educating his classmates. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are learning from your guru, they are all baseless unless if you are not serving to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. So he is giving all this example from Shastra. And that is so surprising to see that how expertly he is describing to his classmates. And he devotional service is so important no matter how much the person is educated or not educated. If the person is sincerely doing his devotional service, that will make him or that can bring him close to Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. That is very important lesson every devotee should learn, along with all other activities. Devotional service is very, very important to stay connected or to make advancement in their spiritual life. People they think in general like good food, good dress sense, very nice lifestyle. That is a sign of civilized society. That is okay to consuming sumptuous and healthy food, having good dress, standard of life, or the facilities in a life. That is very good. But there is something beyond these all facilities. Most of the people they have no idea about it. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. They are required in everyone's life. If some ceremony, some ritualistic is going on in people's life, in their home, that brings auspiciousness and blessings of Lord in their life. That is dharma. People, in general, they understand that the religion and spiritualism is the same thing, or there are two sides of the same coin, but it's not. Spiritualism is bringing people more close to the divine self, to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So dharma is there, one thing. Then second one is artha, making money, and kama, fulfilling desire. When person is satisfied by performing all religious activities, making good money, and the desires are fulfilled, then the person is thinking about moksha, salvation. But the salvation cannot be achieved without devotional services, which is very, very important. If anyone thinks that if I wanted to make progress or if I wanted to attain the mercy and supreme personality of Godhead, devotional service is a secret weapon. Bhakti is very, very important. Without devotional service, no one can achieve bhakti. People in general, they don't understand that beyond this all other dharma, artha, kama, moksha, there are certain thing is there which is much higher than this all activities. People give this so much effort to maintain their lifestyle without knowing that there is something more important things to do beside this. So it is like in all over the world, in a judicial system, when the people for any kind of offenses they are bringing to the court, so they're asking them to take oath. So they are taking oath in the name of Lord. In India, the Hindus they are taking oath in name of Bhagavad Gita. The Muslims they are taking oath in the name of Quran. The Christians they're taking oath in the name of Bible. So they're expecting that the person will speak the truth. But it is so sad to see that when somebody is making crime, making any offenses, they're bringing to the court and they are asking to take the oath in the name of the holy book. But they are not introducing this holy book in the schools to make them to learn, make them to understand what is the importance of reading this holy book. Nowhere in the world they are teaching the essence of Bhagavad Gita or teachings of Quran or teachings of Bible in a school from the very early age. Giving lessons is okay, but making them to read and understand that's a different level of understanding the Vedic philosophy or the Vedic literature. People in the older days in India, especially in Bengal, they had a very simple standard of life. There's two things there. One is educated and one is cultured. So the education is coming from the academy and culture is coming from the society or community. So people in those days, maybe they were less educated. The education was very high before the British they came because the Gurukul system was there. But once the Gurukul system was destroyed, as per the plan of British uh, government, but still people's culture was very high because they were passing the message from the Vedic literature through stories. So the very few people they were educated, but most of the people they were cultured. And they knew very well that I may be not educated, but whatever services I'm doing towards the Lordship, that will be counted at the end of my day, which is very important to understand for everyone. People they are making a lot of effort nowadays to get more and more education, to getting higher and higher degree. So my life will be secure. If I will be highly educated, I can secure a very good job in my country or abroad, and I will make more money. So I'll be very happy. That is their parameter of happiness. But look what's going on. Like some of the country where the war is going on, the people are not educated there. Of course, they are educated. Their job was secure before the war started. So where is the comfort? Where is the happiness? Everything is gone. Ashantasya kuta sukham. Because the mental stress is so high that they can't find peace in their life. People are very, very much working so hard. In those days, in the olden days in Bengal, what was the what was the parameter to find out that where I can fix marriage of my daughter or my sister? The parameter it was in those days, if the man is working in government sector, that was considered as the most secure job because nobody going to kick out from the government sector. That was the parameter in a big cities. If they find the boy is working in a government sector and doing some government job, he is the perfect match for my daughter, for my sister. That was the situation in a city. And how they were making secure of their daughter or sister's life in a village area. They were always counting how much land or how much pond or how much tree the person has in the family. Land, it means that they will have enough crops, rice and other other cereals in their home. Pond means, as a Bengali culture, fish is a common thing, that they will have their own fish. And tree means the family, they will have their own fruits and vegetables. That was the parameter of finding the suitable groom for their daughter or sister. But now the things are changed. Now people, they are finding happiness in going abroad to some more developed country. Developed in the sense where the comparison of the local currency and the foreign currency is much higher. For example, from India, they can go to Malaysia, they can go to Singapore, they can go to Canada, they can go to USA, they can go to Europe. So the conversion rate is very high. So that is their understanding that it will make my life happy. Yes, it will make your life comfortable, not happy. Happiness can be measured by the level of satisfaction. And the level of satisfaction can be determined how much the person is elevated in his spiritual activities. These material things are very subtle, very temporary. They can go away anytime, which is exactly Prahlad Maharaj is trying to convince his classmates that whatever you are learning, whatever you have experienced from the Vedas, they're all good, but surrendering or serving Lord Vishnu is the ultimate goal of life. If one or if you try to do that service, if you do that service, no matter wherever you are born, your life will be successful. We can we can take some examples that how the devotional services can elevate a person and can bring more closer to Lord Krishna. There was a lady in Orissa, and she was living little far from the Jagannath temple. But it was her seva every day to make khichdi and offer to Lord Jagannath. That was her seva. So she was making khichdi every day and she was bringing to offer to Lord Jagannath. So she was doing this seva every day throughout her life. And of course, she became old and weak. And one time, what happened, she was very sick. And she was so sick that she could not even get up from her bed to make khichdi and to offer to Lord Jagannath. By seeing this, Lord Jagannath, he came himself to that devotee's hut. And in the temple, Pujari was so surprised to see that Lord Jagannath's offering plate is missing. And in those days, the offering plate was made of gold. So, what first thing came in their mind there must be some thief who came and stole the whole plate, which was made of gold. So the security guard, they start searching everywhere. And finally, they arrive to the hut of this old lady. And they find the whole plate was there. And this lady is enjoying prasadam from that plate. So they understood that this lady has some gang who stole the whole plate and brought to her. So they brought this lady to the in the court of the king. But in the meantime, the head pujari has a dream that this lady is my devotee. And she was making every day khichdi with full love and dedication to me. Today she was so sick she could not even move. So it is my duty to take care of my devotee. So I brought my plate to her. And when this news came to king, he was astonished to see the devotional service offered by this lady. So the king then he ordered that every day there should be one item of khichdi should be offered in Lord Jagannath's temple. And this lady, nobody know her name, but she became famous as Karma Bai. So till today, in many Jagannath temple, along with the Jagannath temple in Puri, even in a many ISKCON temple, they they make khichdi for Lord Jagannath along with all other items. Because that is the service this lady was doing for Lord. She was a poor lady, but she has a full faith. Okay, this is my service towards Lord Jagannath. And that devotional service was so strong that bring Lord Jagannath to her doorstep. And there's another incident where Srila Prabhupada's disciple who was cook and was making preparation in Vrindavan temple for Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar. And he was so much engaged in the cooking that he doesn't have a time to do his rounds. Because he was always observed, he was always in a mood. What I can make something more, which I can offer to Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar. He was always in that devotional, eh, devotional mood. He was always doing that. It was his service. His service was what I can make and I can offer. Pujari can offer to Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar. And he is the only disciple of Srila Prabhupada who is blessed. You don't have to do your rounds. People may be surprised, but like chanting is one of the major part of being a devotional. For a devotee, initiated or before initiation, one must do at least 16 rounds. So how Prabhupada have abandoned him, or Prabhupada have told him to not to do the 16 rounds? Because his devotional service was on such a high level, he was constantly thinking. He was absorbed in the thinking of Lord Krishna or Radha Shyam Sundar. So he doesn't need to do chanting. The purpose of chanting is to surrender our mind, our soul, ourself in remembrance of Krishna. So he was fully observed. He was fully immersed in chanting or remembering Lord Krishna. That's why he has a special grant from Srila Prabhupada. But not everyone is on that level. So we can follow, but we cannot imitate that action. That was his seva, his surrenderness to serve. And if somehow we can bring Lord Krishna in our life by our devotional services, all other things can be fulfilled as Prahlad Maharaj is describing here. If you are serving Krishna, all other things will be easily fulfilled. You don't have to do any other effort. That devotional service, that surrenderness is a very, very important key to bring Krishna in our life. With one small story, I would like to conclude here, then I will request you to put your thought to make it more relatable. One day, a king was asking all his citizens they can come and ask whatever they want to make their life happy. Everybody was asking according to their requirement. Somebody asking like, I need some more cows, I need some more bulls, I need some more land, or some more clothing, or some more financial help like this. One person he came and he said that, my lord, I don't want anything from you, but I would like you to invite to my home so I can feed you. King was very surprised that this is unusual demand. He doesn't want anything financial. He doesn't want home. He doesn't want loan. He doesn't want grant. He doesn't want money. He doesn't want any other thing. But he wanted me to invite for lunch prasadam. So he accepted the invitation and he asked his ministers, okay, fix a date so I will visit this person's village. So his minister, he took the name of the person and the village name and everything. But it is the duty, it is a normal protocol in an administration that before the king or the head of state will visit that place, that their representative will go and make sure that everything is nicely arranged according to the choice for the king. So similarly they send their person to go and find out this person's village and make everything is nicely done before the king will arrive. To the surprise, they find that there is no proper road which is connecting to the village. So somehow they came to the village, and when they were trying to locate that person's house, most of the villagers say that we don't know anyone by such name in this village. But somehow they find out, oh yeah, there's a one person by this name who lives under the tree behind the temple. So they came there and find that person is there. He said, you invited the king in your village to feed him, but there is no such facility. So what to do? He said, I invited the king and the king has accepted the invitation. Now it's up to you and king what to do. Now now the ball is in the court of all ministers. So what they did, they built a road from main road which is connecting to the village, and they make a house with proper sleeping, sitting, and kitchen facilities before the king will arrive. So the whole story goes to the king. This is the whole situation and what we did before arrival. After listening this whole story, the king was very happy and satisfied by the intelligence of that person. Because before arrival to the king to that village, there was no road, there was no proper house for that person, And of course, there was no other facility which is required for a normal village or normal city. But everything was arranged because the king is going to visit there. This is the whole situation of a devotee. We don't have to do anything else. Just we have to bring Raja Rajeshwar, the king of the king, Lord Krishna in our life. And every other thing will be arranged by all this power which is serving, which is surrendering under Lord Krishna. But the invitation is very important. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Cheto Darpana Marjana. Where to invite the king? In my heart. But if my heart is dirty, king is not going to come. So we have to clean our heart before inviting the king. And similarly, if I wanted to bring Krishna in my life, I have to also clean my surrounding, my mind, my action, everything I have to clean. When it is appropriate to send invitation to bring Krishna, and when the Krishna will accept my invitation, every other thing will be automatically manifested, which is going to my life, which is going to make my life more happy and more peaceful. This is the act. This is the act. Like if we look in a previous verses where Prabhupada is mentioning that all other things like a salvation or other necessities which can make a people's life comfortable, they are waiting when I will get the service, when I will get a chance to serve the pure devotee of the Lord. But it is very important that if I will do my devotional service very sincerely, very much honesty and very much dedication, the rest thing will be done by itself. No other effort is needed. Look at Srila Prabhupada's lifestyle. It is an example for us. When he came to the West, he doesn't have money. He doesn't have people. Even he didn't know where to stay. But there was one thing. It is my Guru Maharaj's order to go and preach. So this is my seva, this is my service which I have to carry out in my life. And he came alone, of course, with the blessings and support from his spiritual master and Lord Krishna. And look where we are. Thousands and thousands of devotees, they are dedicating to spread Krishna consciousness, to propagate Lord Krishna's mercy and his blessings and teachings. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is especially empowering each and every devotee that you have the power to go and preach about my mercy, about my blessings, and my mercy is with you. Thank you very much. If anybody would like to add something more here, I will be more than happy. So soon it will be, we have a few minutes for Darshanarati. So I would like to stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granth Rai Bhagavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.